What's up, people? Today I'm here to talk about fat loss is impossible without sleep. So obviously we know the reason why fat loss is impossible without sleep. Without sleep, your body can't recover, and it's a lot deeper than just sleep. You have to also focus on the quality of sleep that you're getting. If the quality of your sleep is bad also, no matter how many hours you decide to sleep, even if it's 10 hours, which is still like 10 hours is like way above and is like plenty of sleep. 10 hours I think is even too much. But even if you had 10 hours of sleep and it was not good quality of sleep, it's not as good as if you decided to sleep 7 hours and you slept as deeply as possible, right? So you might think, how can I sleep deeper, right? And that's what I'm going to cover today. I'm going to give some tips and I'm going to tell you what I do as well that helps me sleep better. I also have a little trick that some people might find a bit crazy, but it definitely works, all right? So going over the first thing, right? If you want abs, you have to prioritize your sleep. This is the most simple one out of all of them. And later on, we'll get into the more, not complex, but the things that will actually be more important, right? So overall, if you want abs, you have to prioritize sleep. So if you're someone that doesn't make time to relax and doesn't make time to chill before they go to bed, and they realize that stress and overworking and doing too many things at once at the time closer to their sleep kind of messes with their quality of sleep, then you want to make time to be able to relax. Chilling and relaxing and be able to allowing your body to kind of go into that mode of relaxing so you're ready to sleep is not a bad thing. You need to sleep and you need to have good quality of it so that you can recover in the best way possible. All right? Otherwise, there's not going to be much success in your results. Also, you'll wake up every single morning tired and slouched and sloppy. You won't feel good the next day. We all know how it feels when you don't get a good night of sleep. It just messes up your whole day, right? So going into the next one, sleeping allows your body to recover. This is another simple one. Recovery is the most important thing, right? So not even just in terms of sleep, but also in terms of recovery, as in physical recovery. So if you're able to do things like stretching or yoga, or you're able to do things like cold plunges, those are huge things that you can do to allow you to recover so much quicker. Cold plunge is a cheat code. Cold plunge will not only bring strength to your mentality and make you think differently, you end up in your quiet zone, right? You kind of find a place where nothing exists. You kind of empty your thoughts. It's just a moment of real peace if you know how to control your mind, right? So cold plunge is a huge one that I recommend because it works the best for me. But everyone has their own preferences and everyone has their own way of relaxing. So if all those other things work best for you, then do so, right? So doing all these things also gives your body less tension. Obviously, if you're able to adapt these things into your routine, that gives your body the time and the ability to relax before going to bed. So if you're able to do these things like stretch, cold plunge, or cold shower, or yoga, any type of thing that relaxes you, even if that's meditation or if that's just listening to rainforest sounds or the sound of the ocean, there's so many ways, right, where people can relax, and you find what's best for you. And that way you'll be able to actually allow your body to relax. That's the best way to be able to go to sleep, is clear your thoughts, clear your mind, and just allowing your body to release its tension. The feeling of releasing tension is magical. You could even call it that. It's amazing. Like we all need a rest. And as hard as we work and as determined as we are as people, as workers, as business owners, we want to make sure that we get recovery too, because that's equally as important as working hard, right? So the same way you work hard, you have to sleep hard, right? So you have to put as much effort into the way you sleep as in the way that you work in your business, right? So you have to put serious effort into what allows you to sleep. For me, and what is scientifically proven, sleeping in a cooler room is what helps you sleep a lot deeper, right? Deep sleep comes from a very cool room, right? You can search it up, it's true. Another thing that helps me sleep and have the best quality of sleep, this is the one point that I mentioned that people think I'm crazy about. But I tape my mouth. I buy mouth tape from Amazon, right? I just order it and it comes with about 36 in each pack. I just tape my mouth when I sleep, and I've been doing this for a couple years now, and my sleep has never been better. As soon as I lay it down on my bed, I put the tape on my mouth. Within not even 5 minutes, I'm dead asleep, and I don't wake up to a single thing. Like, I don't even wake up to my alarms anymore. It's just my body wakes up naturally at this point. So my sleep is super deep, mainly because of these two. I make sure that I prioritize the temperature of my room, and I also mouth tape. Those are two huge things, and I know that these both are scientifically proven things to improve sleep. So I know that if it works for me, I know it will work for everyone else. People think it's crazy, but who the hell is gonna watch you while you're sleeping? No one. So just give it a try. Trust me, you will like it. You will like it. All right. So sleep also allows balance of your hormones. This goes back to when I was speaking about before. When you start to feel stressed out in the morning and you start to feel like your day's just gonna go bad after having a bad sleep, that obviously comes from your hormones. If you're able to have good quality sleep, that allows your testosterone to be balanced. It also increases testosterone because it allows your body to recover the hard work that you've put in. All of the hard work, all of the physical strength that we have comes from testosterone. So being able to gain more of that boosts our testosterone. You understand? So we have to make sure and realize that sleep is a huge factor for our mood. And if we don't prioritize it, our days will always be bad and we'll always feel weaker. Because obviously bad sleep and not enough sleep will affect the way we train as well, and affect the way that we perform at work. It will affect everything. It will affect our calculations. It will affect the way we talk to people, and it will just change everything. So we know this from experience. Everyone at some point in their life has had a bad night of sleep and has experienced how bad it feels to have a bad sleep, right? So that is a big reason why those things happen, is because your hormones end up imbalanced. So you want to have good sleep so you have good hormonal balance. We've talked about what all these things do, but what does a bad sleep lead to? A bad sleep leads to no results. A bad sleep leads to bad mood. A bad sleep can also lead to not a very good brain function. You know, your brain is all over the place. You don't think properly. It can lead to you feeling overwhelmed about too many things happening at once. All these things are caused because you have bad sleep. So the reason you don't see results, the reason you don't see strength, the reason that you feel like you're always out of energy and tired is because you're not getting sleep. So think less about having naps during the day and think about just having the best sleep possible during the night, because that's the time that we are meant to sleep and our bodies need to shut down and relax, right? So listen guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I hope you gained a lot of knowledge from this, and I hope you realize that how important sleep is, because it doesn't matter how much work you put in, if you don't sleep properly, you won't get the results you're looking for. Guys, have a good day.